So welcome this morning, coffee drinkers, and welcome Sally Gunnell, one of Britain's best known and best loved athletes, very much a pioneer of athletics in her time. Sally, thanks for joining us. Tell us in a nutshell about your background.
Well, I'm one of the only women to hold the Olympic, World, European and Commonwealth titles at the same time in the 400 meter hurdles. And and also I broke a world record many years ago. But a lot of what I've learned from those running days of, performing at that high level and dealing with pressure and what it takes, I sort of apply in my life now and talk very much around health, well-being, resilience, and all sorts of things like that.
So tell us a bit more about your commitment around well-being, because I know it's a very important issue for you.
Yeah, it is. And I think, and I look at my running days, and it was the difference between, becoming fifth in the Olympics and winning almost was not so much around, training harder or doing any of those things. It was much more around well-being. And what I mean by well-being is it's almost like a holistic look, and it's about what we eat. It's about how important sleep is and recovery. It's about obviously the physical side of it much more now than when I was running, almost in that respect, but about how we deal with stress and meaning and purpose, and that to me is about trying to get the best out of ourselves and how important each little things, and they might seem very insignificant at times, but they all add up to allow us to build that resilience. So when things happen and we go through all sorts of disappointments and things that are out of our control almost, but if we've got that health and well-being behind us, we're able to deal with it. And we're able to react to it and be able to move on. So I think it's just now, how I look at well-being is very different to the running days, but it's still about, having a positive mindset, being mentally in control, and just being as healthy and the best version that we can be almost.
It's interesting because for you, it feels like it was a very natural transition. I think in these challenge times in the workplace, the well-being will be very important. What responsibility do you think employers have for their colleagues in terms of ensuring well-being as best they can?
Yeah, it's enormous. And, being involved in the corporate wellbeing business, we're being asked, so many more times in the last year than we ever have before about, mental health support, about, resilience and wellbeing programs, because I think employers are realizing, it's tough out there, and even tougher at the moment because we're all working from home, but also trying to get people back into the offices and how anxious people are feeling, and about, how this last year of the pandemic has affected, some of us have struggled to do exercise or, to eat properly when it's, there's food on tap, if you know what I mean, and just to have that healthy outlook, and that is affecting, organizations in their productivity and how people are actually mentally feeling it more than anything. So I think more than ever, companies are saying, right, we want to put a program in place. We realize how important it is to talk about health and well-being and to give good support around all their employees. If they want to allow them to work at their full really and to deliver and being delivered time and time again, because that's what's being asked of people.
As an athlete that ran the hurdles, did you see the hurdles on a one-by-one basis to try and overcome, or did you see them as a collective set and that you had a sort of a set race plan? How does that apply to life?
Yeah, I mean, I think, when it came to those championships and winning those championships, it was about having clarity in your vision, which was really, really important. So it was about how I was going to take those hurdles, get over those hurdles, and to have thought and structure around it. I mean, I think, I'm a big believer in setting goals as motivation, but I think you can set those goals and it's really important, especially as we move out of this pandemic and moving forward with ourselves, to have those goals, but you have to have that clarity about how you're going to perform out there, how you're going to get over those hurdles, as you say, and have that vision within it to allow you to be able to live out your goals and what you want to achieve out there. So really important. And I think it's about spending time thinking about those and having that clarity in your mind and that support, really.
So it's clear from the fact that my alarm's just gone off that this is not a perfect world and a perfect recording. So final question from me. You're standing at the start line, you're in a relay with a baton in your hand. As you pass the baton over, what one piece of advice would you give to your next leg runner?
Oh, I used to love the relay because it is a team, and I think it makes you realise how important that team is around you, and it's about supporting that team. And I often say to people, you know, are you that person in the team which is the glass half empty and always doubting, or are you the person in that team is that with that positive outlook and saying, come on, we can do this, you know, we've worked hard, you know, we deserve it, and believe in your own ability, and that's what I'll be saying to them. Come on, we're brilliant, we're great, and amazing what we can do, and let's just get out there and deliver it.
Working in a team, a relay team, in essentially an individual sport, do you find that as a team your drive and your energy is collective and collaborative? Or did you find within a team there were natural leaders?
I think there's always going to be natural leaders, but I think there's always people in that team who are natural drainers as well. And I think it's important to actually ask yourself whether you are that. And even though, you know, when I was doing the 400 hurdles, you know, you're out there on your own and you're not in a relay team or as, you know, team captain as I was. Don't get me wrong, there was an amazing team behind me, and everybody in that team had such an important role in my performance, and it was about getting the best out of each other. And I think they got the best out of me, and I guess I took it on board to get the best out of them. And I think it has to be you know, a collective view of that, and knowing what to be able to feed in and to take out, and you know, and something that we need to spend time doing. But I think it's often questioning yourself as, you know, are you that drainer, or are you that person that can really help and support people and pull that team together?
Great advice for our coffee drinkers today. Thank you for your insight. Thank you for transferring so much of your sports experience and insight into life situations today. Every day is a challenge, but every day is an opportunity, and I love your positivity. So Sally Gunnell, thank you for being an outstanding guest for us today.
Thank you very much. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.